Hi, this is Chuck, better known as Low Trade. Tonight I'm going to cover the volume indicators that are normally used. Uh, the volume indicator is a support indicator. It's not a trend or a momentum indicator. All it does is gives you mental support of the move that's taking place. That's all it's intended for, anyhow. Uh, the original premise of designing this indicator was the fact that everyone felt that uh, money would follow the volume, or price follows volume, basically. Uh, the three indicators that I'm going to be covering is on balance volume, which was the first one ever designed, and then accumulation distribution, which was an improvement over the first, and the last is CMF, which is my favorite, which is an improvement on the accumulation distribution. Uh, I'm completely leaving out MFI, your money flow indicator, which is not a money flow indicator, it's a momentum indicator, and many people mistake that. The As you can see down here, I've on the on balance volume, which is the first indicator designed. Basically, all that shows is retail action. It's raw data, and that's what I'm going to be pointing out up here in this area. The way it calculates a point on the graph is the daily price. If the daily price finishes above the day before's price, 100% of the volume for that day is added to the point on the graph. If the price for the day after is below the day before, then minus 100% of the volume is put onto the graph. Now, for your accumulation distribution, what they did is they took that raw data and tried to smooth it. Basically, it's showing, rather than the action of retail, the sentiment or mindset behind the money flow. And it's a smoothing of the original indicator. Up here, you can see what they use in the calculations is called CLV. And what they use is during the daily price ring, from the lowest point of the price to the highest point of the price. If the day finishes anywhere within this area, then they will use, if it finishes right in the middle of the daily swing, there will be no change or no adding of any volumes. If it finishes partially up, they'll add a partial amount of the volume. If it finishes all the way at the top of the day, they'll add the complete volume, and so forth for the negative swing. So if this was a candle with spikes, you would determine which percentage of the daily volume to add to the graph down here. So what that'll do is that'll smooth the raw data. That's instead of it just going up and down depending on the daily finish. Now, the third thing that we have is your CMF. And what that will do is it will show the strength of this sentiment down here. I call it a pressure indicator. And what happens is they will take the 20-day average and divide it by the accumulation distribution figure below. So if your accumulation distribution has a point of X, okay, what the CMF does is takes that number and divides it into 20 days worth of volume, and that will give you a 0 point, a plus, and a minus. That will give you a pressure statement, allowing you to determine the pressure on the move. Now, as I stated in the very beginning, the volume indicator is a support indicator. And as the raw data comes in, or as the smooth data comes in, or as the pressure on the move is evaluated, this is only going to help you determine whether you will have a continuation of a move or whether you will have a reversal of a move. It does not tell you that the move is going to change. It does not tell you that anything is going to happen. It's only a supporting indicator of your overall thesis. So let's get a little further into the detail. I have two pink areas here, one here and one here. And I have a green box here showing you something. Now, in this green box, it's showing you, I label it and say the amount affects the degree of change, which means that the volume, if it's a low volume, then any change that takes place in the money flow indicators will be small. If there is a large volume, then the degree of change in the money flow indicator will be large. And as you can see here, back where the price finished lower, under the OBV, it's saying that this total volume would be added. And if you look here, you'll see that the price comes down. Half the volume, half the retrace. In the accumulation distribution, we have the same effect. You have the price reducing because the volume halved. And in your pressure, you'll see that the pressure reduced just a minute amount. Now, up here where the price doubled, you'll see that the pressure increased a great deal, and the smooth accumulation distribution money flow increased a great deal, and the raw data increased even more. So basically, you have to keep in mind that the amount of volume will affect the actual plots points on the graph that you're looking at. Now, I personally don't use on balance volume or accumulation distribution because it is a graph that gives you no reference points. As you can see, there's no reference points. There's either an increase or there's a decrease. With the CMF being a pressure indicator, you have a zero line, and you can visualize the strength and the weakness more than just a graph trending in one direction or the other. I find the CMF much more beneficial to me, understanding the support the money flow indicator gives. Now, with the CMF, I mentioned there's a center line, and I drew here a blue line, and they say that any point on this graph above 2.5 is strong support, and any point below 2.5 is strong resistance. So I'll try to show you what I'm talking about here. As you can see in your pressure here, it goes up a considerable amount, and your price comes up a considerable amount. Now back to price follows volume. As soon as you see in the CMF the pressure coming down, you automatically should think the price is going to be coming down. And if you look up here, you can see the price does start to come down. So we're right back to money flow price follows volume. This is a difficult evaluation to do.